Hi guys, and welcome to the next Josh's vlog video. We'll get straight into it today. You may remember last week in the midweek video, I did a video about heroes and superheroes and real life heroes and what separates them from being just good people. There's a lot of good people that we don't consider heroes. So what was it that made that step? And the fact that that step was sacrifice. It was about those people who were willing to sacrifice elements of their lives in order for the good of other people. And then we also spoke about how we can look to Jesus as an example of what it is to live lives of sacrifice, and looking at the Gospels as a template of that. Because as Christians, we're called to live like Jesus. And a part of that is living lives of sacrifice. So how do we look to Jesus, and how do we use this template in our own lives to follow that and to follow this call to be like Jesus? Now, obviously the go-to sacrifice in Jesus' life is when he sacrificed his life and then raised from the dead to save us. And obviously this is the centre and the pinnacle, the staple of our faith and our relationship with Jesus. However, it's not the only sacrifice in Jesus' life. In fact, his entire life, his entire human life on earth was filled from start to finish with sacrifices. Even from the very start of being born as a baby, Jesus was giving up his life in heaven, his heavenly body, the heavenly realm. He chose to come as a baby and live life as a human. That's human emotions, human pain and feelings. That's, the glory of God being confined to the abilities of a baby. And then when his ministry started, he constantly had his plans changed and interrupted, and he kept, changing what they were planning to do because people were coming around him and asking him questions. He was sacrificing elements of his day and elements of his life in order to preach and to speak to these people. And when he called his disciples, he called all of them to sacrifice something. It was leaving something behind in order to follow Jesus. Sacrifice is a theme that runs through the entirety of the gospel stories and beyond. When the disciples went on and they became martyrs themselves and they sacrificed their lives by following God. Now, I'm not suggesting in any way that any of us should go out and become martyrs. But it's about how do we look at this template of living a life of sacrifice, and then when we're called to be like Jesus, how do we apply that to our own lives in order to live a life of sacrifice ourselves? You see, Jesus was willing at any moment to sacrifice in order to help those in need. And we need to look at our own lives and think about those things that we're willing to sacrifice, and possibly more importantly, look at those things that we're not willing to sacrifice in order to follow God or to help someone in need. Now, I'm not talking here in a major give all of your possessions away or sell your house and give it to the poor or anything like that. That's another preach entirely, and not at all what I'm getting at here. But we're talking about, it's that willingness in every moment to be willing to sacrifice something in order to help someone in need. Whether that's a couple of pounds to get a homeless person a coffee, or it's a couple of minutes or a couple of hours to spend with someone who's in need and support them. It's not about major sacrifices that put yourself in danger or put yourself in a difficult situation, but being willing in every moment to sacrifice something in order to help someone else. And that's how we live lives of sacrifice, and that's how we follow this template that Jesus set out in the Gospels and the disciples then further on in the Bible. Brilliant. Hopefully you enjoyed or got something from that, and we'll see you on Sunday for our Sunday morning tribe Josh's vlog video. Thank you.